I've been working with some 2-thread stitches. One is a 2-thread overlock rolled hem, and one is a 2-thread overlock edge. I mean, just instead of using 3 threads, you use 2. So how in the world can you use 2 threads when you have 2 loopers and a needle? So right now I have just the right needle in and just the lower looper. So anytime you're using a 2-thread option, it's only the lower looper you use. So completely remove the thread out of the upper looper. The way this works is you need the accessory from inside the front door, the 2-thread converter. And as you pull it out, it has a little finger on it like this. So I'm going to show you where you put it and then how it actually makes this stitch when you only have 2 threads. So with the upper looper thread already removed, all I have left is the red lower looper thread. And I am going to kind of set it off to this side here, make it so it's not right on top of my upper looper. But as we look at the little 2-thread converter, it has a little bit of a hook at the end on the left side, and I'm going to show you that that's going to actually come in from behind the lower looper, and on this side this is going to kind of help attach it. So if you look right here where there's kind of a little groove that this will sit in, it sits in and then push to the right. That little heel that comes out is kind of what is holding it into position, and then you want to move the little finger so it's sitting in the back side of the upper looper. So it kind of wants to go there anyway. And let me show you how this is actually going to create this stitch. So as I go ahead and take a stitch, the red thread gets kind of hooked up into that upper looper. Even though we don't have thread there, what it's doing is it's bringing it up to the needle so it can actually be part of the stitch. So let's actually stitch this. I still had the stitch finger pulled out because we were just doing a rolled hem version of this, which is nice. And every time I do a 2-thread, I'm like, why don't I use this more often? Now, of course, because the way this is stitching, you're going to get the lower looper thread showing on both sides. So it's coming pretty much from the back side up to the front, getting hooked with the needle and then returning back. So if you ever have just 2 threads that match your fabric and you're looking for that third, just skip the third and only use the 2 you have, as I think you'll really like the look of that particular stitch, rolling all the way from the back side to the front side. It's more delicate, so we don't have that extra kind of connection we're trying to hide on the back side. You almost can't tell that which is the front and which is the back when you do a 2-thread. So you can do a 2-thread rolled hem. If I push my stitch finger back in and maybe make my stitch length a little bit more like normal, we're at a, what I'll call a narrow, because we're using the, let's make that stitch length a little longer. There we go. I love that I can make this stitch length longer while I'm sewing. I can just look down at the needle, see if I'm liking the results. And then here is a 2-thread narrow overlocked edge. So again, red on both sides, super easy, not the extra thread to worry about. And then if you move the needle to the outside position or in the left position, then you'll get a wide 2-thread overlock stitch. So experiment with that, at least so you know how to put this on. And then of course, since it has its handy dandy space to store away, you won't lose it, just put it back to where it is. And just give the 2-thread a try, so next time you only have 2 threads to use, you'll know how to use it.